Okay, so on the channel, we I think it's due that we have a discussion about um, Uranus technology, and moreover Uranus being inside of Taurus. So for those of y'all who've been part of the channel already, you already know that I gave tips and insight into what's occurring right now, pretty much as far as like the virus and um pretty much nutrients and stuff like that. And as you can see right now, like the supermarkets are out of control. Like they're the most popping spots in the States right now. Definitely in New York. Like if you want to go meet somebody, you can go to the supermarket right now. Yo, the love of your life is probably there. Right? And this whole tissue thing, like what the fuck is the IQ level of the States to the point where everyone is going tissue crazy? Like really, you're gonna think about like, oh man, I just gotta take this last shit. Like, are you fucking for real? Like at a time like this, you should really be wiping your ass with a washcloth and washing it out and wringing it. All right, I digress. Listen, so check it out, right? If you looked at my Aquarius age videos and my Uranus and Taurus videos and stuff like that from probably years ago, you'll hear me talk about a few things, but one of them is the different currencies that are associated with the different celestial bodies in the universe. I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I've spoken about this in secret houses before. So it's pretty much like this. Like sun is connected to gold. The sun is connected to gold. The moon is connected to silver. Venus is connected to, I'll say, currency that you can feel. So you break that down. All right, the best way you know how. And I mentioned how there is a currency that's related to Uranus, and that's digital currency. And I expressed how the whole Bitcoin thing came and went, kind of, and why it was just initiated so impactful like that is because it was the beginning of Uranus actually entering a Earth sign, an Earth sign that represents money at that. Which is another video that we should get into later, but not just now, about Taurus and what it means as far as wealth wise and deep stuff. We're gonna get into that at another time. But so this Uranus has its own currency, y'all, and this may spook some of y'all out. This may trip some of y'all the fuck out. I don't want to scare people. I don't. That's not my intention. So just take this for what it's worth. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, pretty much. So this Uranus currency first came in the form of digital currency. Bitcoin came and went. There was a lot of speculation behind Bitcoin, right? Fantastic idea. Come to find out, the better idea is actually blockchain. Right? It's actually blockchain. You could look this stuff up and see for yourself. To my opinion, the real deal is blockchain, and Bitcoin was just something that was exercised to bust through the gate of what this digital currency can look like. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see there's been a lot of digital currencies popping up, but the enhancing of it's still very infant. It's still very new. The regulators are gonna pick this shit apart. You understand what I'm talking about? And they have already grasped at blockchain because they even know it. Okay, y'all had y'all Bitcoin fund. We know the meat and potatoes is blockchain. So another thing that comes into play with this, right, is your technology. And I'm not even tripping, but I don't mean to boast or anything, but I've been speaking about this shit before Elon Musk himself said, we're probably going to be pairing ourselves with our technology, right? I think he said it kind of like that. I'm paraphrasing a bit. I've always spoken about how, I've always felt one with my iPhone, or whatever mobile device. Well, yeah, pretty much my iPhone. I'm gonna just cats out the bag. My iPhone is like truly a part of my DNA in some type of way. And I've said how, I've waved my hand sometimes and my iPhone came on, or the music player start playing, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Or there'd be no Wi-Fi on in my house, and all of a sudden I'm doing Wi-Fi shit. I've even touched a computer before that was unplugged, and the shit printed a fucking document for me inside of Kinko's FedEx. I know this shit sounds fucking bugged out. You're like, yeah, right, alright, but whatever. I need to say what I need to say. So while these things are occurring to me, I'm skeptic myself. That's why I do so much research anyway, because really a skeptic, y'all. So I'm like, okay, this shit can't be for real. Why? Because this is some shit, first of all, that you see in the movies that, sounds great, but a part of me wants to believe it because that's how wild my imagination is. I'm a fucking Pisces, you know what I'm saying? So I want to believe this shit, like, oh shit, it's like the fucking movies. My phone is just like me. So I get to testing this shit out, right? And this is something that happened. A scenario occurred to show me some things, and if this resonates with you, fantastic. If it doesn't, like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. If I sound like a whack job, y'all can tell me that too. I got tough, thick skin. So I'm in a situation, right, where I'm doing studies and research, and I'm on break from school right now, right? I got a schedule gap. So while doing the school shit, I'm learning some new stuff in college, right before the gap too. And I'm like, okay, I came to the conclusion that this internet and technology shit is inflated. Like, these are one of the industries that's inflated. And just like myself, I said, okay, are you bitter and that's why you're saying that? And let me tell you why. Because my bills piled up, my technology bills piled up, and I was like, yo, that's what made me come to the decision. Because I'm like, yo, as much energy as I put out into the cyber world, I'm looking to pay off those cyber bills with the reciprocity of what I put into the cyber world, not with the reciprocity of what I've put into different revenue streams. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, if I put my investment into stocks over here, and I put my investment into a different business over here, and then my internet bill is pressing, I feel like I shouldn't have to pull out of those nest eggs to pay my fucking internet bills. You understand what I'm saying? So in a way, I feel like the tech industry is robbing my other industries, my other outlets, of its revenue, of its due diligence. That's how I be thinking, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm pretty much fed up, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck this internet shit, B. This shit is inflated. Look how much stuff I don't, because sometimes you do got to do a self-assessment, right? Because this is what I've learned to do. Look, if something ain't working for you, and you've put a whole lot of work into that shit, man, it's probably time to let it go. Like, if you can't find the things to tweak it and revise it to make it better, like, if my products really suck that fucking bad, then fucking hang it up. You can do something different. You can do something new. You can find something else. It's okay. Right? So this where my thinking process was. So, when you reach that point when you just stop paying your fucking bills, and then they're like, okay, we're at the interruption part, right? They interrupt your service and shit, and then they might give you some phone calls and try to muscle you into paying that shit on the spot and everything. So I'm telling them on the phone, I'm like, I'm not paying shit today. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can hang that shit over my head. I will do fine without Wi-Fi, which I've been doing. Like, I've just been having a ball without it, because come on, I'm in fucking New York City. I know how to tap into Wi-Fi if I truly need it. But while the Wi-Fi is off, I'm getting mad shit done that I was overlooking anyway, probably because I was believing the hype about how profitable or how beneficial technology was to me at the time. So peep this shit, right? Which makes an important point, because listen to what I'm about to say. If it wasn't for me not paying that bill and the service getting interrupted, because mind you, I have different monies in different places and stuff like that, and if if your scenarios don't occur like this, right? Like, oh, you need 5 to 7 business days before you can touch that money, or it takes 3 to 4 days for that money to transfer or to over here, or you can't use this card because you can't upload cash on that card to pay the bill and shit like that. These things are occurring in your life for a reason, but if you overlook it, if you become ignorant to it, you miss the lesson. So this is how I obtained this information, by finding the lesson in it, right? So I'm like, okay, if this service interruption didn't happen, I wouldn't have went outside. So if you listen to the few videos that I put up just as of late, right, I was spending a lot of time in the house because I guess you could call it comfortability, right? I got everything I need at my fingertips, Wi-Fi included. So what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. I don't have to go outside. But if this interruption thing didn't occur, I wouldn't have been outside like that. So I start going outside and I'm like, oh shit, the fucking coronavirus. Like, this shit got people really bugging out here, B. Like, it's bugged out outside, yo. I don't know if you're fucking, like, it's bugged out there. So I'm going and I'm exploring all of this shit. And mind you, I'm having fun. Because I'm just like, oh man, I live for this type of shit. What is it? Turmoil? Like, people are bugging. Like, I want to see what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm out there. I'm having a ball. I'm not afraid of people. I'm shaking hands and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying I'm ignorant to what's going on, but I'm just saying, like, yo, man, like, come on, man. Fuck. Anyway, I digressed again. So, I'm going outside and I'm learning these new things. I'm experiencing new things. And I came to the conclusion that this was myself speaking to me through my technology. Like, I found $40 on the ground today, right? 2020. Year 2020, right? I found $40, two $20 bills on the ground today. So mind you, if I didn't go outside to a cafe to utilize the Wi-Fi, to, you know, do X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be, and came out at that exact moment to cross the street in one of the busiest blocks in Brooklyn and find that money on the ground, broad daylight, everybody walking past it, I find it. My 2020 eyesight, I find it. I pocket it. It's cash. What do I go do with it? I go fill up the cabinets, right? It's fair game. Like, I go fill up the cabinet. I don't look at it like, oh, I'm going to go pay the internet. I just take the fucking cash and I go straight to the supermarket and stockpile up more goods, dry goods at that, right? Because I'm even trying to, like, teach a lesson to some people about the certain goods that they can buy that can stock up well and won't perish. You know, the non-perishable goods, which I already had some in my apartment, but I said, okay, fuck it. This is for that. And why? Because I checked some other accounts and different accounts that I have to deal with technology. And you know how you could, like, foresee how much is going to be in your account pretty soon? I foresee money in my streams of revenue that come from technological outlets. And they'll be here pretty soon. And they'll cover all of my internet and technology bills. So I'm like, oh shit. So it ain't really nothing to trip or stress over. What I theorized before is actually coming into play. Like, yo, let technological things pay for the technology, or else that shit is not what it's worth. It's fucking inflated. And I remember, like, when I went to go get my new iPhone, which is another technological thing, when I'm in the office buying it or whatever, there's this dude that comes in, and you know how you let, like I said, you let your bills pile up to, like, whatever the fuck. His shit was up to like $690. I remember his shit was $690, and he came in and he put the cash on it, you know what I mean, and got his service uninterrupted. And my shit is like a fifth of what his is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm good, but I guess it's a borough thing, it's a Manhattan, Brooklyn thing, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that came into play with part of the lesson as well, and I'm just like, yo, that's my DNA working through my phone and through my technology. So even if, this is what I want to tell y'all, right? If your internet is acting weird, like you got top speed internet and that shit is slowing up on you, and it's trying to communicate to you. It's linking up with your body, with your DNA, and say, listen, I'm trying to show you something, the wealth that is incorporated with this tech, so you can be smarter and make better decisions based upon these things. So For the wealthy out there, you just have it all. Or should I say, not even just the wealthy, but you got so much at your disposal that you don't care. You don't wait to pay bills just to see things, equations and stuff. You will struggle with this. But for those of you who could tap into this, do so.